Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Objections and Appeals Subcommittee on Tuesday, the 11th of July, 2023. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and may be broadcast via the authority's internet site. The images and sound recording may also be used for training purposes within the authority. So I won't read out the hybrid protocol because we're all in the chamber. So if you wish to ask a question or make a comment or invite you to, please press your microphone, which will turn green. Okay, so moving on to the agenda, apologies for absence. We have none. We are all here. Agenda item 2, declarations of interest. Members are reminded of their personal responsibility to declare any personal and prejudicial interest in respect of matters contained in this agenda in accordance with the provisions of the Local Government and Finance Act 1992 relating to Council Tax, the Local Government Act 2000, the Council's Constitution and the Members' Code of Conduct. Does anybody have a declaration of interest they wish to declare? No? Lovely. So agenda item 3 is the proposed traffic regulation order for Dicky Bird Lane, Penyard. And there's objections and to consider the report of the Chief Officer. So I'll hand you over to Martin.
Thank you, Chair. Members have had the opportunity to read through the report and the recommendation. Are there any questions? Thank you, Chair.
Okay, opening up for questions then.
One of the points in the report was mentioning creating further parking alongside Dicky Bird Hill. Is there a possibility of doing this? And if so, how long would it take to create?
Yes, it has been suggested in the report to provide additional parking on the waste ground, I understand. This is something which the engineering department will consider. And we can add this to our project list for consideration, but the budget is allocated for this year already, so it'll have to be considered at the future financial year.
Any other questions? No. I've got 2 for me, if that's okay. So looking at the map where you've highlighted in red, because this is where the order will be, is there any scope for that to be any sort of time zone just to around school times? So I was just thinking perhaps a bit of a halfway measure. So perhaps exclude parking between 8 and 9 and then 3 and 4 perhaps. That was just a question from me really, if that was something that could be considered.
But because the road safety concerns, they could occur any time of the day. For example, local people could be parking overnight, as well as the mornings and afternoons, and therefore, there is a risk at all times of the day, and it is recommended that a prohibition is applied at all times of the day.
Very lovely. Thank you, Martin. And also, are you aware if there's any plans for any future development, any residential development in this area that you're aware of?
It's not something I'm personally aware of. I wouldn't usually be my responsibility for that within my remit. That would be another officer in the council, so I'm not aware now.
That was it from me. Thank you, Martin. No other questions? Any comments? Okay, no comments from everybody. We'll take this to the vote then. So we've all had plenty of time to have a look at this report, and obviously we've noted the objections. Obviously we've had sight of that and we've all had a read of those, and we've obviously we need to consider the recommendation in the report. So what we're voting on first is all those in favour of the officer's recommendation is. Oh, can somebody move that, please?
I'll move
the recommendation.
Can somebody move the recommendation? Sorry.
I'll move the recommendation.
Happy to second, Chair.
Thank you. Apologies. Thank you. So taking it to the vote then. So we are voting. First vote is all those in favour of the officer's recommendation, and we'll just do it by show of hands if that's okay. Yeah, that's recommend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. There's no other business that I need to bring up in this meeting, so that's the meeting closed. So thank you both for attending, and thank you.